What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel and another NBA 2K related video. As you can see today, we're going to be doing a bit of an experiment over the next few weeks with a few episodes in this series. We are resetting the NBA back to 2009, and we're going to simulate to the current day and see what all changes in NBA history. Obviously, the teams look a lot different from now and then. Andre Iguodala, for example, is the best player at 26 years old on the Philadelphia 76ers. That is crazy just to even hear. But obviously, they've got Lou Will, Thad Young, old AI before he goes to Denver or Detroit, Elton Brand, semi-young, 30 years old, Samuel Dalembert, Willie Green, Drew Holiday, rookie, I believe. Yes, rookie Drew Holiday before he makes an all-star team, before he becomes an NBA champion with my Milwaukee Bucks. So I hope Drew succeeds in this. We're just going to go through and we're going to look at some of the players on these teams before we get into the actual simulation because, you know, it's fun to reminisce sometimes. Obviously, as a Bucks fan, this wasn't the greatest time for us. You got Andrew Bogut, John Salmons, or Salmons, however he wants his name to be pronounced, Michael Redd, Ersan Ilyasova for the 8th time on the Milwaukee Bucks, Luke Ridnour, rookie Brandon Jennings is going to be fun to watch. Really nothing else other than that. Jerry Stackhouse is getting old, 35 on this team. Then you've got the Bulls with Derrick Rose, Luol Deng, Joakim Noah. Then you got Kirk Heinrich, Hakeem Warwick, Taj Gibson, Brad Miller, and Gennaro Pargo. I believe he became a coach at some point. Some of these teams don't have every player on the team, obviously, because rosters are a little hard to figure out who all was on it. So they have those filler players who should be out of the league by next year, I believe. Let's see. Yeah, they're only 71, so they shouldn't make too much of an impact. And obviously, LeBron James, final year of his contract, 25 years old, 96 overall. Then you got Antoine Jamison, Mo Williams, Shaq at 37, and Anderson Varejao. As long with them is LeBron James's dad, Delonte West. So a great duo right there. Then you got guys like J.J. Hickson, a young Sebastian Telfair. He was really supposed to blow up. I remember him. He blew up in a different way, not for the best. Then we've got the big four right here. Kevin Garnett, Paul Pierce, Rajon Rondo, and Ray Allen. I mean, come on now. The Celtics have to win the finals this year. Kendrick Perkins is still there, or what? Tragic Bronson, Tony Allen, Rasheed Wallace, and old Rasheed, Big Baby Glenn Davis. You guys see the video recently where Glenn Davis got caught sitting in the wrong seat? If I can find it, I'll add it to this video, or I'll set a link down below. But it was a hilarious video because they caught him on 4K in the wrong seats, having to give it up. Then you got a young Nate Robinson down there. Clippers are bad. Blake Griffin out for the season with an injury in real life, I believe, so he's going to be gone. Chris Kaman, Eric Gordon, Baron Davis, Drew Gooden, the YouTuber, is here as well, so he's a little young there. Steve Blake, and a young DeAndre Jordan. That's going to be fun to watch. Rest in peace, Russell Butler. Passed away a few years ago, I believe. Then we got the Grizzlies. Rudy Gay, Zebo, not too old either. Mark Gasol, first or second year. Second year now. Mike Conley, 79 overall. Orange Juice Mayonnaise before he got suspended and, when he was supposed to be the next big thing. Then you got guys like Sam Young down here. Nothing too great. Hasheem Thabeet. I wonder if he's going to be good in this simulation because you guys know in real life he's one of the biggest busts of all time. So, I don't know if he'll be any good in this simulation. But then we've got Joe Johnson, ISO Joe. He's killing it still at 40 years old. I don't know if you guys saw during the Winter Olympics, they had Team USA playing. He was playing pretty doggone good. Josh Smith here at 83. 29-year-old Jamal Crawford. I feel like that man's been 80 his entire life. But we've got him. We've got Al Horford. Mike Bibby still there. Marvin Williams, the one-year Buck. I liked Marvin Williams that year we had him. Then you got guys down here. Zaza Pachulia. Come on now. We don't like Zaza around here. The Miami Heat, obviously, Dwyane Wade, one-year contract. Michael Beasley, Quentin Richardson, Udonis Haslem, Jermaine O'Neal. Bad team, honestly. I think they'll make the playoffs, but I don't think they'll really go too much else. You got Mario Chalmers over here as well, and Rafer Austin, so he's an older point guard at this point. But Dwyane Wade, 92 overall, expiring contract. He could make a big splash if him and LeBron don't team up. Gerald Wallace heading up the Charlotte Bobcats. And let me know if you guys would be interested in seeing a rebuild based around this era. Like the Bobcats, they're a terrible team this any year for Bobcats history. Would you guys like to see a rebuild of the Bobcats? Raymond Felton is their starting point guard, so you know you're bad when that's the case. And you do have DJ Augustine, though. Tyrus Thomas, that brings back some memories there. He was supposed to be good. Not really too much going on down here. They do have an old Theo Ratliff, who, I mean, Theo Ratliff was decent for most of his career. Nazir Muhammad. It's crazy to think that Nazir Muhammad was drafted in 1998, and he was playing into, like, 2K12. Dude was, like, 50 years old, it seemed like. Then they have, the legendary Desanya Diop, the airball free throw. Utah Jazz, Darren Williams, Carlos Boozer, Andre Karolinko, Paul Millsap, Mehmet Okur, young CJ Miles, and a young Kyle Korver. Good team there. Kings got rookie Tyreek Evans, Spencer Hawes. Bad team, just a bad Sacramento team. There's been bad teams in Sacramento history, and then that team's down here. The Knicks, no Carmelo yet. This was the year before they traded for him instead. They are led by David Lee, Al Harrington, Danilo Gallinari, and Wilson Chandler with a old T-Mac. So that should be a fun team to look out for. Rest in peace, Kobe. But the Lakers, you got Kobe, you got Paul, you got Andrew Bynum, you got Lamar Odom, you got Metta World Peace. Just a classic Lakers team right here. They would win the finals in real life this year, so hopefully they can make that happen. I love to see Kobe do it. Then you got Sasha. I forgot about Sasha Vujacic, or however you want to say his name. But that was a throwback right there. He used to have the long, luscious locks in the NBA. The Orlando Magic, Dwight Howard, Vince Carter, Jameer Nelson, Reggie Lewis, Rashard Lewis. Why'd I say Reggie Lewis? JJ Redick. Just a good all-around team. One of my favorites, honestly, to win the championship. If I could speak English, I was going to say German Jesus, Dirk Nowitzki, Karan Butler, Jason Terry, Sean Marion, Jason Kidd, Rodri Beaubois. That's a throwback. I forgot he existed, if I'm going to be honest. The Nets, New Jersey Nets, not Brooklyn yet. You've got a young Brook Lopez. Might be in his rookie year now. This is his second season. Devin Harris, I remember he was supposed to be the next great thing. Chris Douglas Roberts, Yi Jianlian. Just a bad team here for the Nets. Not a great year for them. Nuggets, you got a young Carmelo. You got a young old Chauncey Billups. Not a young Chauncey Billups. Young J.R. Smith, Kenyon Martin, and Nene. Indiana, Danny Granger, Troy Murphy, Dante Jones, and Earl Watson. Brandon Rush is here as well. And, I mean, here we go. CP3 still in New Orleans. 2 years on his contract, and I just don't know if he's going to ever leave New Orleans in this simulation, but he's got David West, Old Peja, Emeka Okafor, who was supposed to be a dominant center for the Hornets. He didn't really pan out like that. Older Morris Peterson, Marcus Thornton, and James Posey. Detroit Pistons, Rip Hamilton with the mask on. That's clean right there. Rodney Stuckey, 23 years old, is the second best player. You got a 35-year-old Ben Wallace, 26-year-old Ben Gordon, Tayshaun Prince is there as well. Toronto, you've got Chris Bosh, Andrea Bargnani, Hito Turkoglu, and Jose Calderon. In the final few teams here, Houston Rockets. This was towards the end of Yao Ming's career, so he's kind of, struggling with injuries in this simulation. So he's going to be out for the season. So they've got Kevin Martin, Luis Scola, Shane Battier, Aaron Brooks, and Trevor Ariza. That's a good little squad there. Tim Duncan for the Spurs, Manu, Tony Parker, Richard Jefferson. George Hill, they won't trade for Kawhi in this simulation, which will be weird to see. Then we've got Phoenix, Steve Nash, Amari Stoudemire, and Jason Richardson. Might be the last year these guys are together as Amari Stoudemire and Jason Richardson expire. But this team was solid. Grant Hill, after all those injuries at 37, ain't going to help you out much. OKC, Kevin Durant, Jeff Green, Russell Westbrook. Go down here and you've got James Harden and a young Serge Ibaka as well. His second year and a rookie season for James Harden. Yes, rookie season for James Harden. So great team there that I hope stays together. Al Jefferson for the Timberwolves, Kevin Love, Corey Brewer, and Ramon Sessions. Brandon Roy, no injuries in this universe, hopefully for him. LaMarcus Aldridge, Andre Miller, and Marcus Camby. Final two teams, we've got the Golden State Warriors, Monte Ellis, Steph Curry, and not really anything else going on here. They have Corey Maggette, so I mean, I guess that's all right, 30 years old. Finally, the Wizards, Arenas will sit out a season. Then you've got Andre Blatch, Randy Foy, Sean Livingston, and Nick Young, as well as a young JaVale McGee. And that's going to wrap up all the teams in this simulation. And let's look at the power rankings real quick. Obviously, Lakers first, Heat second, Spurs third, fourth is the Celtics, and fifth is the Denver Nuggets. Crazy, crazy to see the Denver Nuggets up there with really only Carmelo, but comment down below your guys' predictions for who's going to win the finals this year in this simulation, because I'm going to have to predict and I'm going to have to say, I'm going to go out on a limb here, so you guys can't really say I'm going with the easy answer. I'm going to go with the Celtics, but they're obviously an easy answer. Either them or the Lakers, it's got to be. I'm going to simulate to the All-Star break. We're going to check out who becomes an All-Star in this first season, and I'll see you guys once we get there. Alright, here at the All-Star break, and the East All-Stars contain James. Alright, here at the All-Star break, and here are the Alright, here at the All-Star break, and here we are, Dwyane Wade, Joe Johnson, LeBron, Dwight Howard, and Chris Bosh as the first five. Then you've got Ray Allen, a little surprising there, especially at 34. Mo Williams, get your money, man. Kevin Garnett, David Lee, and Andrew Bogut, as well as Luol Deng and an old Vince Carter. Not too many surprising names besides these three right here. VC, I mean, I understand he didn't do much when he was older, but he's still a dominant player. And on the Western side, you've got Kobe, you've got Chris Paul, you've got Dirk Nowitzki, Tim Duncan, Kevin Durant, Darren Williams, Jason Kidd, Paul Gasol, Andre Karolinko is here, as well as a rookie, Al Jefferson, who I hope is not injured. I'm going to have to turn injuries off. I thought I had him off, but it looks like they might be on. Al Jefferson anyways, Andrew Bynum, and Chauncey Billups. Fun times here. Let's see if I can see the, okay, so the dunk contest, you've got Derrick Rose, Marcus Thornton, what? Okay, what did they have this person created this roster. I didn't make this. I have to see what they have. His driving dunk is a 95. I don't remember him dunking like that. Chris Douglas Roberts, it's right there. Why'd I even check? 93 for CDR, and Sam Young with the 93. So really the only one I get here is Derrick Rose. Three-point contest, you've got JR, Steph, Kyle Korver, Rashard Lewis, Joe Johnson, and Ray Allen. That's going to be a fun one to look out for. And not too much going on in the Rising Stars game that we really care about. But let's go ahead and simulate through this date. And I want to see if we can see who won the All-Star game. Let's see. The Western Conference is going to take it. They take it by about 8 points there. Joe Johnson puts up 22. Amazing shooting, but it's going to be Chris Paul who takes home the All-Star MVP trophy, I believe. So yeah, Chris Paul dominates in this All-Star game. Finally gets something good going for him early in his career. Any big trades go on so far? I haven't kept an eye out on this. No trades so far, but there are some signings, some re-signings. Looks like, is this the old PJ Tucker? I gotta see. I got to see if that's the old PJ Tucker. Whoever made this roster, you did a good job, but if you left old PJ Tucker in here, didn't I just say the Lakers signed PJ Tucker, or am I blind? You guys can dog me in the comments. Hornets signed PJ. Where did I see Lakers at? Yeah, y'all can dog me in the comments, because I definitely didn't see Hornets right there. I just looked at Lakers. And why can I not find the Hornets? There they are. Apparently they're not in order, and that is young PJ Tucker. Okay. 2000. Yeah, this is a young PJ Tucker. I didn't realize if they had all the free agents correct, but they do for the most part. Yeah, they've got, I mean, not too many players in free agency, just some extra players, but they shouldn't really affect our simulation. So I'm going to just go ahead and move on. And let's look at the statistics real quick as we go before we simulate the rest of the season now. And league leaders, you got Dwyane Wade averaging 33. Well, I will round up for him. 34 points, 7 rebounds, and 8 assists with almost 2 steals and a whole block. I mean, that's an MVP caliber season right there. Kevin Durant, only in his 3rd year now, or 2nd year now, to 30 points, 31 points, 8 rebounds, 5 assists. Just an electric player right there. I hope Kevin Durant doesn't leave OKC as soon as he did in real life. Chris Paul with 29, a solid 12 assists and 6 rebounds, as well as 3 steals a game. German Jesus with 30, 10 and 3. Nice numbers there. D Rose rounds out the top 5 with 30, 6 and 5 on decent shooting splits for him as well. Brandon Roy's up here though with 28. That's, you love to see it. Let's see if we can look at, let's look at rebounds per game. Let's see who's leading rebounds. You got Dwight Howard with 15, Brook Lopez with 15 as well, Tim Duncan with 13.5 assists. Goes to Steve Nash, no doubt, 12. Right there with him, though, is Rajon Rondo with 12, and Chris Paul with basically 11.5, which is basically 12. I'm assuming Chris Paul is leading the league in steals. Dwight Howard in blocks, 3.5. Andrew Bogut's up there, though, with 3. Who's got the most turnovers? Chris Paul with 4.2. I mean, that's to be expected because he's handling the ball a lot. Most offensive rebounds goes to Brook Lopez just by a little bit. And let's look at the standings real quick before we jump into the simulation to the end of the season. You've got Cavs 1 in the East, Miami Heat 2 in the East, Boston Celtics 3, Magic 4, Bulls 5, Hawks 6, 76ers 7, and the Raptors 8. Anybody surprising down here? Not really too surprising on any of these teams. As far as the West goes, you got Lakers, Mavericks, Jazz, Trailblazers was a little surprising to see. They have a nice roster though. Denver Nuggets, Oklahoma City Thunder, the Phoenix Suns, and the San Antonio Spurs. And let's go ahead and finish out this season and simulate to the end. And I'll see you guys once we get into the awards and into the playoffs. And Dwyane Wade. End of the season now. Dwyane Wade, MVP here in 2009, averaging 33, 7, and 7 with almost 2 steals and a block. On 60% from the field. Did he not shoot any three-pointers apparently? I know he's not the greatest three-point shooter. Statistically, he's actually one of the worst in NBA history, but I guess he didn't really shoot too many in this reality, which I'll say good on you, 2K, because you guys get a lot of stuff wrong, but Dwyane Wade was not no sharpshooter. Tyreke Evans, just like real life, he takes home the Rookie of the Year with 21 points. 4 rebounds and 7 assists with 2 steals and almost 2 blocks right there if you round up for him. Not great shooting splits though. 46% and 84% ain't bad, but 31% from 3 ain't good. Michael Beasley, 6th Man of the Year. Dwight Howard, DPOY, and Brook Lopez takes home Most Improved Player. That's a good little sight for him. Eric Spoelstra with 61 and 21 as Coach of the Year. So the Heat did real good. All-NBA first team, though, you've got Dwyane Wade, Chris Paul, Chris Bosh, LeBron James, and Dwight Howard. Then we are going to go to second team. You got D Rose, young Russell Westbrook there. Good to see for him. Kevin Durant, the teammates, Dirk Nowitzki, and Tim Duncan. Kobe, Tyreke Evans, Carmelo Anthony, a younger Paul Gasol, and a young Brook Lopez on that All-NBA third team. DPO team. Or not DPO team, all defensive team, Kobe, Dwyane Wade, Andre Karolinko, LeBron, and Dwight Howard there to round out that group. Then you've got the all defensive second team with Chris Paul, Shane Battier, Sean Marion, Gerald Wallace, and Andrew Bogut. Then rookie team, Tyreke Evans, Steph Curry, Brandon Jennings, DeMar, and James Harden. Nothing surprising there. As well as Drew Holiday, Casey Pittman, Sam Young, John Brockman, and Marcus Thornton to round out the All-NBA first team. I forgot to take out the play-in tournament, but it shouldn't make that big of an impact. We're just going to go through and see what's going on here. We've got a couple of good matchups. I'm going to jump in with Simcast if we've got any close games or any close series, but it looks like Lakers are going to sweep the Spurs completely. Let's see here. We've got a lot of close matchups here. Cavs over here with a 3-1 lead. They are going to eliminate the Pistons. And let's see here. So we've got a 2-3 game series here over between Boston and Chicago. Then we've got a, let's see. Now this one's over. We've got a 2-3 series here with the Magic and the Atlanta Hawks. Upset Dwight Howard. That would be massive. 2-3 with the Nuggets and the Hornets. Dallas Mavericks 3-1 over the Thunder. 3-2 for the Utah versus Portland series. Let's simulate and see. So the Thunder get eliminated by the Mavericks. And you've got a few more. I'm only going to jump in these rounds if they've got a Game 7, which they do there. And let's see what this series does. Game 7 for Celtics and the Bulls. And let's see what the Nuggets and Hornets do. Game 7 there as well. So we've got 4 Game 7s. Let's go to this Nuggets. We'll go to the Hawks Magic game first so it goes in order. Let's see if it's even close. Dwight Howard looking to kind of pull away maybe. No, the Hawks are still in it. They've actually got a nice lead, and they eliminate them by 7. It wasn't close enough for me to jump into. Now we'll go to that Bulls-Celtics game, a legendary rivalry. Let's see. Celtics jump out early in that second quarter. They are not letting go. Oh, my goodness, Boston. Domination by the Celtics here as they absolutely demolish the Chicago Bulls. We're not even going to get a close game, are we? Let's see if the Blazers and the Jazz can make it close. Trailblazers taking a lead, but it's close early. Okay, it's a closer game, and as I say that, that's 10 points was the final. So yeah, that's all the series now, except for this Nuggets and Hornets matchup. So we've got Chris Paul versus Carmelo Anthony. Come on, y'all. Give me something to look at, something to watch, something that's close. Doesn't look like we're going to get it here unless the Hornets go on a miraculous run. Nah. Chris Paul absolutely dominated in this first series matchup where they were not actually the advantaged seed. So that's interesting to see. Now in the second round, 1-0 for all these teams. Higher seeds winning in every matchup except for that Dallas and Portland game or series. So the Lakers, absolutely both of these teams, Lakers and Heat dominate their opponents to a sweep. The Cleveland Cavaliers look like they're going to sweep. And we didn't have any series that was entertaining at all. The NBA lost all kinds of money in that series or in that round. So now we've got Lakers, Trailblazers, and the Cavs and the Heat. So LeBron versus Kobe is a chance here to happen, and I really hope it happens. Cavs take Game 1 here over against the Heat. They take Game 2. They give up Game 3, though. They take Game 4. Okay, some tight matchups here, and it's a 7-game series over here. Let's see what we've got in this Lakers. They eliminate the Trailblazers. Come on. Oh, my gosh. I accidentally hit Simulate instead of Simcast. Was it close? Wouldn't have been close anyways, 134 to 115, but here we go. Let's look at these teams. Mo Williams, Delonte West, LeBron James, Antoine Jamison, and Shaq versus Kobe Bryant, Derek Fisher, Metta World Peace, Paul Gasol, and Andrew Bynum. Shaq has a chance to win the finals against his former team. Let's see how they do. Game 1's going to go to the Lakers undoubtedly. Let's see what that box score was. 1-point game. We'll simulate actually in the finals. We'll simcast every game. Cavs jumping out to a lead here. Third quarter, they've still got a nice little lead there, and it looks like it's going to be somewhat close. Now, not close enough for me to jump in there. About 10 points at the end of that game. Lakers here in Game 3, though, looking to regain their lead, and they are dominating this one. Up by about 10, maybe less. They take that game. Nothing's close. I'm sorry, guys. I'm trying to get a game in here for you. This one's neck and neck, though. Every time I say that, one team just has a giant leap in their score. I mean, it's still doable. Looks like the Lakers are going to take a 3-1 lead. And I assume they're going to... No way LeBron comes back from 3-1 this early in his career. You got to wait till 2016, my boy. Cavs do win this one. Yeah, they won this one. Not even close again. And can they make it to a Game 7? Lakers jump out in front. Cavs are right there with them, though. Looks like they're going to pull away. 10-point game with 8.5 minutes, and the Lakers are your NBA champions. Kobe Bryant. Kobe loses Finals MVP to Paul Gasol, averaging 16.5 with 11 rebounds and 6 assists on 12% shooting from 3. How many threes did my boy Paul Gasol shoot? Let's see. He shot 2 in that game. All right, I got to look. How do I look at the games? Okay, he shot 2. Then he shot none. Then he shot 1. So he's 1 for 3 now. Oh my gosh, 0 for 3 here. So he's 1 for 6. And then in Game 6, he shot it twice. So he went 1 for 8 from three-point land. But nonetheless, Kobe Bryant and the Lakers win the finals. We're going to go through this offseason before we wrap it up, as you see a few guys retire there. And the draft lottery, #1 overall pick will go to the Washington Wizards. They've got a chance to get John Wall again in this simulation. And if you guys don't remember who's in this draft, you've got guys like John Wall, DeMarcus Cousins. You guys don't remember Conrad McKenzie from New Mexico? You guys don't remember him? Neither do I, because he's a auto-generated guy. You don't remember Shaq's early son, Kelly O'Neal? I don't remember him either. He was actually from Michigan State, so Tom Izzo over there. Derek Favors, Al-Farouq Aminu, Paul George, Hassan Whiteside, Gordon Hayward, and Ed Davis, Patrick Patterson, Avery Bradley. Eric Bledsoe's down here, Nemanja Bjelica. And that looks like about it as far as the real players go. Is there anybody else? You've got Ekpe Udoh down here. He was a solid NBA player. And yeah, that looks like about it as far as real NBA players. Let's go to the draft. Do the Wizards take John Wall with their first overall pick? #1 overall pick in the 2010 NBA draft. The Washington Wizards select DeMarcus Cousins. They say they're going to re-sign John Wall and or Gilbert Arenas, and they want to have a center beside him. And Boogie Cousins goes to Washington. Man, that's a crazy draft there. And now the Knicks are going to be up next. Knicks take... With the 2nd overall pick, the New York Knicks take Stuart Hunter. They fumbled the bag. The Knicks fumbled the bag. I mean, he's a 76 overall 19-year-old, but still, you've got a chance at John Wall. And that means the 3rd overall pick, the Indiana Pacers get John Wall. Great pick for them. They've got to build up their team. John Wall will play beside Danny Granger. Now with the 4th pick, the 76ers take Charles Hart, another auto-generated guy. Hopefully the 5th pick and the final one we'll watch out for can be a real guy, and Gordon Hayward out of Butler will go to New Jersey beside Brook Lopez. And let's go ahead and simulate to the end and see what all happens. Warriors end up getting Hassan Whiteside. Paul George goes to LA. The Clippers get PG-24. Derek Favors to Minnesota. Patrick Patterson to the Rockets, which is funny because I think he played there for a little bit early in his career. Al-Farouq Aminu to the Bucks. And is that about it as far as real players? It looks like Avery Bradley right here to the Orlando Magic. Ed Davis to the Magic as well. Eric Bledsoe goes to the Phoenix Suns. And Nemanja Bjelica to the Pacers down here. And I think that's it as far as real players go. And let's see who's in this team option. We'll see who is in going to accept their qualifying offers and who is not going to. Let's see. I want to see here. Lakers, or why did I say Lakers? LeBron James. I just think he's going to the Lakers because, you know, he's there in real life. LeBron James in free agency, as well as Carmelo, Dwyane Wade, Chris Bosh, Darren Williams, Stoudemire, Antoine Jamison, Chauncey Billups, VC, and Mo Williams. Let's see where LeBron's most likely going, and he's going to return to Cleveland, it looks like. Imagine this. LeBron goes to Orlando to team up with Dwight Howard. That would be insane. I mean, he could accept any one of these. The Heat, are they down here? Nah, the Heat aren't down here at all. Honestly, he's going to accept less money to go to Cleveland, or just one less year to go to Cleveland, it looks like. Dwyane Wade, where's he going? Back to the Heat, it looks like, unfortunately. Nothing crazy going on there. Darren Williams, back to the Jazz. Anybody going to actually move teams? Chauncey Billups was in Denver. Looks like the Lakers might bring him in. That would be a huge get. Finally get that starting point guard. And we're going to go to the official. I'm not controlling this team, I promise you guys. This is just what they're planning to do themselves. But we're going to go to once the official free agency starts after the moratorium and see what's going on. So all of those guys are gone. LeBron goes to Cleveland, or stays in Cleveland with a 3-year, $120 million contract. Carmelo to Portland, 3 years, $140 million. So a nice big contract there. He's making a lot more than LeBron. And Carmelo teams up with LaMarcus Aldridge and Brandon Roy. You cannot tell me that's not a nasty lineup right there. Dwyane Wade back to Miami. Chris Bosh does go to Miami. So you've got part of the Heat squad. Darren Williams back to Utah. Amari Stoudemire to Utah to team up with Darren Williams. Antoine Jamison to Orlando to play with Dwight Howard. Chauncey Billups, Vince Carter, and Mo Williams back to Cleveland. Vince Carter goes to the Bulls. Chauncey Billups to the Spurs. And really, that's about it. Shaq goes to the Celtics. I mean, he did that in real life, but a little weird to see it. And anybody interesting down here? No, nothing too crazy going on. We're going to go to the end of free agency and just see where the rest of these guys sign. Just to see where guys like Carlos Boozer go. So you've got Carlos Boozer to Phoenix. Nice little signing for them there. Gerald Wallace to the 76ers. David Lee to the Kings. Michael Beasley to the Knicks. A 22-year-old Michael Beasley. Al Jefferson to Cleveland. Delonte West to Memphis. Nothing too crazy going on down here. Goran Dragic to Orlando, so he can be the point guard of the future behind Jameer Nelson. And yeah, crazy free agency. Not as crazy as it could have been, but you're telling me Portland's a favorite next year. And let's look at player progression as the final thing we do here. Anybody jump up crazy? Dwyane Wade goes down 2. Steven Jackson down 6. Nothing too crazy going on here. Kobe goes down 1. Paul Gasol up 2. Dwight Howard up 1. Dirk down 3. The Nuggets, I feel bad for y'all. Who'd y'all bring in? Y'all brought in Peja to replace Carmelo Anthony. That's tough there. Danny Granger up 3. Chris Paul up 5. Still has no help. Rodney Stuckey's the best player in Detroit. Steve Nash down 3. Kevin Durant up 2. Carmelo up 2. Look at that lineup. Carmelo, Brandon Roy, and LaMarcus Aldridge, as well as Greg Oden. I forgot about Mr. Oden. Up 4 for Monte. Up 5 for Steph. Who's going to leave? It's probably going to be Monte because he's expiring, but I'm interested to see if they stick them together. Lou Williams goes up 4. Drew Holiday goes up 4 as well. Andrew Bogut up 2 with John Salmons dropping 4. D Rose up 6, now a 92. LeBron up 2. And he's got a little bit of help. He's got Al Jefferson. He's got, really that's all they brought in. I thought they brought in more than that. But they did bring Mo Williams back. So that's good. Shaq down 3. Nobody else really jumps up too much other than we saw all these guys. Who was this that jumped down 6 as well? Boris Diaw down 6. And going into the second season of our simulation, let's see who the favorite is for the finals. I didn't mean to click auto-generator, but I can go back in and load it. Favorite for the finals right now is the Chicago Bulls. I mean, Derrick Rose is a 92 overall now, but I don't know if they're really bigger than the Lakers or the Magic or the Heat still, but interested to see how this next episode will unfold. Let me know if you guys enjoyed this. Hit the like button, subscribe if you actually did. Helps me understand what you guys like to see on this channel. This episode will be out on a Saturday as you're seeing it, and the next Saturday should be episode 2 of the simulation. Comment ideas down below for future 2K experiments / 2K rebuild challenge ideas. I'm open to anything. Thank you guys so much for all the support. I'll see you guys on Monday with the next Kansas Jayhawks episode as we take on the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets in a bowl game. Thank you so much for watching my videos, and adios.